Every Monday, we're going to watch a gameplay session that one of our members has recently uploaded. This gives us a chance to evaluate how different members use the tools from roulettecalculators.com. On Saturdays, we will test a random roulette strategy with real money up to the value of 2,000 units. Submit your strategies in our forum for us to test on a live table. And on Sundays, we will watch another user-submitted video together, and this acts as a question and answer session, giving everybody a chance to learn more. We try and stream at 11 AM UK time. Make sure you keep an eye out for the Wheel of Fortune icon in our videos. If you see it, quickly take a screenshot, and if you're the first to upload it to our social network, you will win either $25 cash or a free membership. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. That way you'll be updated as soon as we publish future videos, giving you a higher chance of winning our competitions. The roulette session that you're about to watch uses the area key calculator from roulettecalculators.com. So here's a quick tutorial on how the area key works to give you a much better understanding of what's going on during this gameplay session. If you are familiar with the area key, you can skip forward to the gameplay by clicking on the chapters in the description. Simply put, the area key is looking at how often the ball goes back to the area that it's just spun from. As you can see on the graph in the left, the numbers tracking are highlighted in green. The lighter shade of green on number 5 was the previous result. You will hear us frequently referring to a depth, and this is what that means. If the ball lands on any of the unhighlighted numbers, the depth count increases by 1. It's only when the ball lands on the highlighted number that the depth returns to 0, and that result gets logged into the graphs below. The first setting that you come across is the amount of numbers to track. Currently it's set to 9, so if the previous number was number 20, this would look at number 20, 4 numbers to the left of that number, and 4 numbers to the right of that number, totaling 9 numbers. If, say, we set the amount of numbers to track to 3, it would look at number 20, 1 to the left and 1 to the right, which should just be tracking number 1, 20 and 14. The next setting that you come across simply controls when the table highlights. Currently it's set to 0. This means that the table will highlight on every single spin. If you set it to 2, this means it will wait until the table goes to a depth of 2 before highlighting. This is useful when you find a dealer with a particular pattern. The third setting, only bet X number into a depth, is for the people that like to use a progressive betting system. It simply acts as a stop loss, so if you only want to make 4 bets into a progression, you would set that to 4. This field allows you to input what you would like your starting bet per number to be, and again is only really there for people that are running a progressive betting system. It automatically calculates what your next bet should be based on the numbers that you're tracking to always keep you in profit. The most important thing when using the area key is understanding what the graph tells you. It directly reflects whether or not a dealer is being consistent and you should play with them, or inconsistent, where you should leave the table and find a new dealer. The depth count simply shows you the results and what depth those results have gone to. In this case, there are 2 results being recorded. One went to a depth of 3, meaning it missed the highlighted section 3 times in a row before landing on it. The second result
says 0 depth, which means it went straight to the highlighted section. The depth of wins graph shows you what the dealer is doing in real time. As you can see in this example, the last 4 results mean that the ball went to the highlighted section each time. If you look at the 4th result, that means it missed the highlighted section twice before landing on the highlighted section. This is important to identify patterns with a dealer. The best way to fully understand how the area key works and to understand when a dealer's been consistent and when they change is to watch live gameplay. So we recommend watching this video all the way through so you can fully grasp how the area key works and how you can identify dealer patterns and when they change.
Hey, what's up YouTubers and roulette calculators family? We're back with another video. Now, if you noticed at the beginning of the video, I'm actually changing the way we're gonna do things. I'm gonna be posting 3 videos a week. On Mondays, we're going to do a member submission. So pretty much what we've been doing recently, where we're going to watch a member submitted video where they're using the calculators, and I'm just going to talk through that. Then on Saturdays, we're going to do Strategy Saturdays, which is going to be a little bit different. We're actually going to be doing a roulette strategy that is not related to the calculators, or it can be if you've got a strategy you want me to try out. But if there's any sort of favorite roulette strategies that you would like me to test, I'm willing to do that with real money on a live casino. I'm willing to go up to 2,000 units. So if your strategy requires like 10,000 units, it's not going to happen. But up to 2,000, I'll give it a go. And the way to do that is head over to Roulette Calculators, jump in the forum, and go down to Roulette Strategies, and then submit the strategy. Now put it in depth because I need to know what the outcome is on every scenario. So if it's a progressive betting system, you know, if you lose on the 3rd bet, I need to know what I need to increase the bet to, and so on. But yeah, that should be quite fun. We'll give it a try and just see what happens. Then on Sundays, we're going to do a live stream. So again, we're going to watch another user submitted video, but I'll do it on a live stream without my webcam because I've had a few problems in the past with the old webcam and the streaming lagging quite a lot. So I'll just be there to talk through, and I will be typing as well. So I really look forward to that. And it acts as a sort of Q&A. So if any of you have got any questions or you need any help with anything, just drop a message on the live YouTube chat. Now I aim to do that at 11 in the morning UK time. Obviously that's 7 hours later for me because I live in Thailand. But yeah, that should be a really fun session. So that's what's going to happen. Also, make sure you keep your eye out for the Wheel of Fortune icon. And I just want to put a big congratulations. There we go, 𝗪𝗺. He found the Wheel of Fortune icon. Now, if you have a look right over there, it's in the bottom left corner, and it was where the 18+ symbol is. It pops up for about 5 seconds. So keep your eye out for future ones, because we're going to be doing this once a week. I'm going to be giving out either $25 or a free membership to the person who spots that and uploads it first. So that should be quite fun. So keep your eyes peeled on all of the videos we do. But for now, we're going to get on with this roulette video. This is Sam D again. It looks like he's been tracking a dealer. Currently, obviously that's the first one there. So depth of 1 and then a depth of 1 again. He's on Grosvenor Roulette. His current balance is £1,024. So he's using the area key now. Obviously, we had the little guide on the area key before in the intro of this video. I'm going to be adding a new playlist. So we're going to get rid of that segment on the videos because I know it's quite boring to watch, but you can skip forward on the chapters in the description. But I'm going to create a playlist called Getting Started, which will be getting started on the area key, the dealer tracker. I will do one for the positive and negative calculator because I've used that in the past and I've made some decent coin using it, but I much prefer to be betting on a section of the wheel rather than dozens or the columns. So we will add that in, and that will kind of clear that out. So yeah, let's see how Sam does in this particular session. The current dealer is called Andrew David, and that's on Grosvenor Roulette. So yeah, if you've been following Sam always does do pretty damn well using the area key, and he always tracks 19 numbers. in the amount of numbers to track that you can see at the top there. And he always sets the start betting at a positive depth to 0. And when it's on 0, that means that the table is going to highlight on every spin. And essentially what he's doing is just looking at that depth chart there where it says depth. He wants to see that's, most of them being 0s and occasional 1s, or hitting higher numbers. But Sam's actually the king of noticing patterns. So you can see there, we've currently had a depth of 1, a depth of 1, and a depth of 1. So I think it looked like he's going for a bet then. And what he would have done, just to clarify, you can see it as a depth of 1, depth of 1, depth of 1. It was currently on a depth of 1, so Sam predicted that it's going to go to the highlighted section to basically clear that out and transfer the 1 there. But it looks like he's just had a dealer change, which is a little bit unlucky. I think he had that on the previous video as well, where it's always the case, you just go straight into do your bet and dealer change. So he's resetting the calculator and he is going to start logging the table again. Now he will enter the first number which the dealer is spinning from, because that's how this tool works. We're looking at where the dealer spins the ball from to where it lands. So yeah, so that went to number 9, so that's put that to a depth of 1. Now if you look at the depth there, it says a depth of 2, so as I always say in all of the videos, when using the area key, the first entry, the first thing that gets logged in that graph below, -1. So if it is a 1, it will be a 0. And the reason for that is it starts with all 0s, and if you don't, basically if the dealer starts off just hitting that highlighted section over and over, you won't know where you actually started logging the table. It's always -1, it's pretty simple. So let's see what happened there. That looks like it's gone to number 10, which is just in the highlighted section there, right on the edge. So that's now come out at a depth of 1. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what he does in this one. Sam usually likes to take it to basically make £100 on each session. Sometimes he does £200. Sometimes he goes nuts. I've seen him do £500 up to over £1,000. I guess it just depends on how he's feeling, how much vodka he's been drinking that night. So that's gone to 29. So that's gone to a depth of 1 again. So you can see there, depth of 1. Now if he goes to the graph below, we'll have a look. I believe it's gone to a depth of 1 and now a depth of 1 again. So Sam's either going to be looking, yeah, so currently that first one, as I say, you -1 off of that. So that would be a depth of 1, and now it's currently on a depth of 1 again, as you can see there. So Sam's either looking for this to come in on the highlighted, or for this dealer to be favouring this unhighlighted section, so all the unhighlighted numbers there. But you really need several spins under your belt to actually find out. It looks like it's gone to the highlighted, so he seems to be following the same trend as the previous dealer, hitting a depth of 1 and then hitting the highlighted section. So let's see if Sam just watches a few more spins. I know it's quite tempting to make the bet, especially if you've been logging a dealer and you find that dealer's good to bet with, and then as soon as you go to bet it's a dealer change, then your patience is kind of wearing thin. But Sam's doing well. He isn't betting. He's going to get another spin at least, just to see what happens. So really wants to see it go to the unhighlighted section now. In this case it has gone to the highlighted, so it's gone a depth of 1, a depth of 1, and now a depth of 0 in the results, as you can see there. So depth of 1, then 0. So it looks like this might be one of them dealers that you wait until it goes to a depth of 1 and then you bet on the highlighted section. But it's still pretty early. We're going to see how it goes and see what Sam does on this, because Sam is really good at identifying patterns. This particular dealer is called Adrian, in case any of you are interested, and that's on Grosvenor Roulette. Okay, so that looks like it has gone to the unhighlighted section on number 10. So yeah, that's gone to a depth of 1 now. So Sam might be tempted to be betting on the highlighted section, or he might be patient and watch it. It looks like he's going to go for it. He's going to chuck the bet on number 10. He's only doing 50p per number. So I've noticed he does that quite a lot now, just to kind of test the water. It's almost like a poker tournament, like the feeler there, just to see if it's good. So he wants to see that land on the neighbours of 10. So opposite side of 0. That is pretty damn good, number 16. So that's given him the first win. And of course that depth of 1 is now a 0, and that result has been logged in the graphs below. So you can see there, depth of 1, 0, depth of 1. So essentially in this, he's waiting for it to go to a depth of 1, and then he's putting his bet on. He might switch it and go to the unhighlighted section at some point, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see what he does. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you've had an awesome weekend. Let me know what you've been up to. Drop your comments below. Yeah, this looked like it was going to the unhighlighted section there. It kind of pinged back and went to 18, so right on the edge. So currently another depth of 0 in between that block. So you can see there, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. This is what you want to see there. You want to find a dealer, especially if you're going to do a progression that's just hitting 0s and 1s, and then you can bet from the get-go on the highlighted. Or you can do what Sam does and try and bet on both sides of the fence there. So he'll be betting on the highlighted when it's on a depth of 1, and you can be betting on the unhighlighted when it's on a depth of 0. This is quite even at the moment. So it's still pretty early days. Looks like it's gone back to 33 there, so again another highlighted. So this dealer does seem to be favouring the highlighted area of the wheel at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. So far Sam's done 1 bet and had 1 win. Where's it going to go? Highlighted or unhighlighted? Okay, it looks like it's right on the edge there. So it has hit the unhighlighted on number 28, as you can see just up there. So that's put it on a depth of 1 now, which will pop up just there after he submits that number. And this is typically where Sam would place the bet on the highlighted section. So he's putting the neighbours straight on number 28. And of course, with the neighbours, that's covering 9 numbers to the left and 9 numbers to the right. So he's covering 19 numbers there, including number 28. So, yeah, I mean, the dealer seems to be hitting the highlighted section a lot more often. It's one of them horrible spins that's stuck on the rim. We always hate them. For me, I don't really count that as a true spin. Looks like he's got lucky. It landed on number 18, so that's given him another win there. So that's 2 out of 2. So yeah, that's a good deal. He's switching it to £1 per number now. And he's just having a look at the graph there. So you can see there, depth of 1, depth of 1, 0, depth of 1, 0, 0, 1. So not sure if he's going to bet on the highlighted at some point. It's fairly even, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, then we've got 1, 2, 3, and then if we count the ends, that's 4, 5, 6, 7 on the highlighted. So that's gone to 23. So yeah, that's kind of done what he wants. It's gone to the unhighlighted section, and now Sam's following that up with the bet on the highlighted section to see, and he's pointing it out there on the graph as well. So yeah, it looks like a fairly good dealer for the most part. You know, it can change, but it's obviously one of them things that you want to cash in when it's working. Okay, and that looks pretty damn good. That's gone right round to number 30. That's given him the win. So that's 3 for 3. And he's on £1,058. But yeah, it's looking really nice. The graph so far. Just 1s and 0s. That's what we like to see. The old binary. So yeah. So he wants it to go to the unhighlighted section again. Anywhere around 0, that's a bit too far. So that's gone to the highlighted again. But the way Sam's playing it is quite smart, because he's not betting every spin. He's waiting for that instance to go to a depth of 1, which it has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And on all of those 5 times, it has always gone back to the highlighted section after. So yeah, I noticed Sam does a lot of that in his gameplay, which is a very smart play. And occasionally it'll go past. And it's up to you if you want to count that as a loss. You know, if it goes for a depth of 2, you just count that 1 hit as a loss. Or if you want to do a progression, and the progression is obviously far more risky, but it obviously means you don't lose. So if you lose, you have to get 2 wins to kind of recoup that, to put you back in that profit again. But Sam's on a depth of 1 again, so he's following that trend still. Currently at a depth of 1, he's betting on the highlighted section, so number 14 and its neighbours. It kind of makes perfect sense when you get 0s and 1s. Like some spins he's hitting the highlighted section, some spins he's hitting the unhighlighted section. It's because they're reversing the spins. They're alternating from clockwise to anti-clockwise on this table. But there you go. He's got another win there. So I think that's 4 for 4 that he's had. Now let's have a look at the thing. So obviously you saw that went to a depth of 1. And he made his first bet on this one here when it went to a depth of 1 and 1, and then he won on that one, and then the top one as well. So yeah, I mean, it's the gameplay that he's using is good. It works, and obviously he can afford a few misses now and still remain in profit. I'm not sure what happens. It's got about 33 minutes on this this session. So that's gone to 28. So again, that's the highlighted section just up there. So that's going to stay at a depth of 0. So it looks like Sam's just going to wait until it goes to the depth of 1. Just waiting for it to hit that unhighlighted section, and then he's going to smash that bet on the highlighted area. So yeah, he's made 4 bets and won 4 in a row. So it's pretty good pattern there for him. Okay, so that's gone to number 1. So again, that's just hit the highlighted section, just on the end there. So he doesn't get his depth of 1 yet. But then I know what Sam's like. He'll identify and go, oh, it hasn't gone twice in a row or 3 times in a row on the highlighted. I mean, that's what I can see there. It's gone 0, 0, and then it went to the unhighlighted, and again we're at 0, 0. So kind of know how Sam's brain works there. But he is sitting out on this one. He's going to wait for that unhighlighted section. So if we're following those patterns that has happened in the past, it looks like it should go to the unhighlighted section now, and it has done. It's gone to number 2. So yeah, it is following that trend, that pattern there. So I don't. Please let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you as well. When I said that, obviously we've got the 0, 0, then it went to the 1, and now we've got the 0, 0, and of course that's just gone to a depth of 1 now. That won't update until the highlighted section comes in, which Sam is hoping it will be now, and that will give him 5 for 5. Like I said, using these tools, we're looking at the dealer's history, and again, in no way do we guarantee that you're going to be winning, but what we're doing is looking at the trends and betting on the dealer's previous results. And again, Sam's just nailed it. Hit number 15. That's 5 bets that he's made, 5 wins. And that's the pattern there that I'm saying. 0, 0, then it went to the 1. And up here, 0, 0, and then it went to the 1. And out of all of those ones, it hasn't gone to a depth of 2 yet. Now, I mean, it might not in this session, but typically you have to expect that it will go to a depth of 2 at some point. But the idea is to cash in and get as many wins as you can under your belt and just take one hit as a hit. And then evaluate the table again just to make sure they haven't changed their spin tempo, how fast they're spinning the ball, and so on. So you can see this dealer does like to bring in that depth of 1 and then hit the highlighted section again. So he's just done that. He's gone from the highlighted to the highlighted. Yeah, I'm curious what Sam's doing now. He's hovering over number 15. So that's gone to 0 again. And you get another 0. He will. So that's gone to number 32. So now he's had 2 zeros in a row again, basically highlighted to highlighted, really, because we're counting the last one. So again, if that trend holds true, that unhighlighted section should come out now. Yeah, obviously that's it is still roulette. We're just looking at the dealer's history, but the pattern that it's showing to me, and this is my observation, that's kind of another bet that you could be placing. But it's not forced to. It might go to the highlighted section again. It's all about identifying those dealer patterns, the dealer signature. And yeah, absolutely spot on again. Oh no, sorry, that went to the highlighted. I don't know why I was aiming at that highlighted section there. But yeah, no, okay, so this time he's had 3 in a row. So highlighted, highlighted, highlighted. So yeah, no, that was me completely being wrong there. But yes, as you can see, Sam didn't bet on that. He's a lot smarter than me. He's very good at... I think he prefers the reverse area key. He likes looking at the numbers where it jumps up. Remember I was saying a while ago he prefers the reverse. In this one, he's actually doing the area key. He's only betting on the highlighted section, but he's waiting for that reverse to come in. And you see this dealer is just crushing it on those highlighted numbers. It really is. That's, I think, 4 in a row now. Yeah, 4 in a row hitting that highlighted. But again, that's a good sign. If you see the dealer just hitting the highlighted and and getting a 1 occasionally, that's good. What you don't want to see is a dealer hitting lots and lots of highlighted and then suddenly getting a depth of 3 or a depth of 4 and then lots of highlighted and then another depth of 2 or 3, because that's quite inconsistent. But if the dealer's hitting the highlighted over and over and then the occasional 1 is going to the unhighlighted, that's kind of where Sam's at the moment. He's betting on the highlighted section because that seems to be landing on it most. He did actually do a highlighted section bet there, and he bet he's annoyed at that because he's normally waiting for that to go to a depth of 1, which it just has, and then he goes on the highlighted section. So let's see if that highlighted comes in for him now. So he's done a progression. He's done he obviously lost the 50 pence per number. Now he's just answered that straight back with a higher one. It's gone to number 13, so right back to itself, which is the perfect spot for that to land. Number 13. So that's put him to £1,100. And the dealer still hasn't gone to a depth of 2 yet. The highest he's gone to is a depth of 1. And that means it's only missed that highlighted section 1 time in a row. It hasn't missed the highlighted section twice in a row, which is what we like to see. We look for that. Or we look for the opposite, where he very rarely hits the highlighted and is typically hitting that unhighlighted section, because we're kind of betting the 50-50, half the board. It's actually 51% of the board we're covering with 19 numbers. So that's gone to 0, so that's put him to a depth of 1 again, as you can see there. So Sam's probably going to go straight in, neighbours on the 0. He's doing a £1 per number. And yeah, I mean, that graph is looking good, as always. And you're probably the same when you're watching this, because this is the first time I've seen this video as well. You're probably watching this going, yeah, but it's going to go to a depth of 2 soon. And I'm the same, always watching, going, when's it going to break? When's it going to go shits up? And it is not now. That's gone to the highlighted section, giving him another win. So yeah, that's put him to £1,117. And yeah, that graph is just looking outstanding. Look at it. Depth of 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So good dealer signature, this one. And as I mentioned, his name is Adrian. He's on Grosvenor Roulette. So if any of you guys want to check him out, it'd be good for you guys to submit a dealer review if you play with him, and let us know if he does carry on with this this trend, this sort of pattern that he's got at the moment, before he gets fired. So that's gone to 24, so he's currently on a depth of 1 again. So he seems to be alternating now. He's hitting that highlighted, then the unhighlighted, then the highlighted. And this is what Sam wants to see for his, so he can make his bets. Yeah, so let's see if he does it again. Let's see if he hits that highlighted. So opposite side of 0, that's what he wants to see. Number 20, yeah, that would do. Right, perfect there. So yeah, he's crushing it. So Sam's up over £100 now. He's at £1,134. I think he started with 1,120, something like that. So he's looks like he's going for the £200 profit. He's about halfway through the session now. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, guys. If you aren't subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and look out for that Wheel of Fortune icon, because if you see that and upload the screenshot to the Roulette Calculator social network, you can win $25 or a month's free membership. It's entirely up to you. You can choose which you would prefer to win. So yeah, Sam's just pointing out, he's probably like, yeah, I like this dealer. Really nice. Depth of 1. Sam's like, bring on the neighbours of 13. Yeah, and set up a free account on Roulette Calculators as well if you're not currently a member. Pretty easy. There's a link in the description. And it's full of great people. We've got over 1,400 members on there now. So that's gone to 22. So finally, it's gone to a depth of 2. There we go. So it does have to end at some point. The interesting thing is, what's Sam going to do now? Is he going to do a progression, or is he just going to sit out and watch what happens? Now, if I was Sam, I'd sit out. I would just sit out and see what happens there, because we've seen it before where a dealer can just suddenly change it like that, and then they just go unhighlighted over and over and over again, and then you can either leave the table or you can change your betting style where you're betting. So all it takes is the dealer. Yeah, see, that's gone to 32, so that's just on that unhighlighted section. So now a depth of 3. Now a depth of 2 was kind of unheard of out of all of that graph. Now he's gone to a depth of 3. So this is crucial, guys. This is where you sit out and you evaluate that table. You don't go crazy. You don't go fishing and chasing. Now if he hits the unhighlighted again, he might have changed it up, and then it might be worth betting on the unhighlighted section. But it's always key to analyze that table. Don't get carried away. Don't get caught in a ridiculous chase. and again, straight to the unhighlighted. So you can see how a dealer can just change it like that. And if you don't change, if you don't notice and you don't change, you can just be hitting loss after loss after loss. And you see Sam's dropped his bet down to 50 pence per number, and he is betting on that unhighlighted section because it's currently at a depth of 4 now. Now, remember, out of all of those results down below, hadn't gone past a depth of 1. Now he's currently at a depth of 4. Sam likes the idea of changing it. Yeah, and he's right. He hit number 19, so that's gone to a depth of 5. Sam got the win there, and yeah, he's probably going to carry on with that unhighlighted section. Now you see it, depth of 5. But this is what this is why I love these tools, the area key, the dealer tracker, because it's, I mean, look at that graph there, nothing but zeros and ones, and that's 19 results. Okay, that's 19 results, basically showing when the highlighted section come in 19 times. Okay, so obviously a lot more spins, but that's 19 results, all of them not gone past a depth of 1. Now suddenly this dealer, depth of 5. So clearly he's either changed the speed of that wheel or the speed of the ball that he's spinning, and it's completely changed the results where that ball's landing. And absolutely spot on. See, number 16, he's got 2 wins in a row. So Sam is a legend at noticing the pattern change and then cashing in on it, whereas a lot of other people won't. They will be like, oh no, he hasn't gone past the depth of 1, so the highlighted section's got to come in now, and they'll keep betting on that highlighted section and they'll keep losing. And that's what I'm saying with the tools. If you don't analyze it properly, the calculators can be bad for you, because you could be betting on the wrong section each time, and the calculator's predicting perfectly where the wrong area is. So it's just one of them things. Number 32, another solid win there, currently at a depth of 7. Massive change. Round of applause to Sam for identifying that. He missed one bet and went, oh, that was a bit unlucky, and he's changed it, and now he's cashing in on that. So big applause to Sam. And guys, let me know as well in the comments what you would have done. So it looks like my webcam has gone a bit out of sync. I think it's sorting itself out. Yeah, it's okay now. But yeah, let me know what you would have done in this situation. Would you have switched it, or would you have carried on? Sam switched it. He's got another win there. Let's put him up to £1,166. The same dealer, changing exactly where he's spinning, and Sam is just nailing it. So it's currently on a depth of 8, meaning he's missed that highlighted section 8 times in a row, where before he never even went past 1. He went to a depth of 1, and again, unhighlighted section, now at a depth of 9. I mean, the question is, does he change it back? And that's, again, you've got to identify that. And then you've got to be careful, because sometimes they can change it up. And I got a feeling this dealer is probably getting in absolute shit by the pit boss. He's probably said to him, all right, this guy's winning every spin, change your spinner. And he's changed it. And I was like, he's still winning. So yeah, depth of 9, when before he didn't go past the depth of 1. So really well identified there, Sam. And again, number 8, now at a depth of 10. So that's what I said, guys. These calculators are absolutely amazing if you can read them, if you can identify what's going on and be patient, because not every dealer has a signature. And I say it over and over, not every dealer has a signature. Don't just think because you're using the calculators you can jump on the table and go, okay, I'm going to bet on the highlighted. Because Sam will tell you he's logged dealers all day and not found one that was consistent enough for him to play. So he didn't play, he didn't make a bet. And then sometimes you just find a dealer like this, really consistent, But he's changed it, he switched it, but he's still consistent. And again, there you go, number 15. So now currently on a depth of 11. And yeah, Sam's up to 1,217 pounds, which is pretty damn good. Currently on a depth of 11, that's a bit of a turnout for the books. That means it's missed all of the highlighted numbers 11 times in a row. And again, when's this going to end? It's, you know, it will. 29. So yeah, it did just hit that thing there, but Sam still got the win because obviously when you're betting on the unhighlighted, you've got one overlap on one particular side, and he did. He got the win, but look at that graph. That is insanity. Just zeros and ones all the way up there, then boom, depth of 11. And he still got the win. You know, that's a beautiful thing about it. Still got that win. So I think he's sitting out. He's going to watch it just to see what happens, because that highlighted section has come in, but it's only just come in. But you know, he's sitting out. He's evaluating the table, which is key. You know, you have to do that. Right, so that's gone to number 5. So it has gone back to that unhighlighted section again. So Sam's probably tempted to jump back in on that unhighlighted. Now he's dropping it down to 50p again, which is smart. But yeah, crazy consistent, but a switcheroo consistent, you know. Just got to be careful that you know, when a dealer's like this, you've got to be careful that they remain that way, because if they suddenly change, so what's that gone to? That was on number 34, but it just jumped next to it on 6. So he just missed that by 1. So yeah, I'd be very careful now, because the last few numbers, it's hit right on the edge. You know, like right on the edge of the highlighted. So like either 32 or 0, that sort of level, or number 5 or 24. So it's right on the edge. So you've got to be careful when it's like this. So obviously when he's nailing it and he's landing in the middle of that section, which he has been doing, that's good. You know, that's really good to see. But when they're landing right on the edges, and again, like right on the edge, number 15, see it right on the edge of that highlighted. And looks like Sam's kind of stuck in the betting on the unhighlighted now. He seems to have changed it. Now he's only done 2 50p bets, you know, 50p per number bets. So he's still at £1,215. But I can see what he's doing, because obviously this dealer is showing good levels of consistency. So I think he really wants to milk it for every pound that he can. Like I say, you've got to be careful. You really do. He's had a good run there. Got £200. That's gone to number 29. And again, it's right on the edge. Do you see what I'm saying? You've got to be careful when you see it like that. So, you know, the way it's going, it's either going to land around 19, 15, 32 or 33, 16, 24. So that right on the extreme edges, which is dangerous when using the area key. It's better to be using the dealer tracker when it's doing that, like landing on the edge consistently, because with the dealer tracker it shows you the actual distance from where they're spinning from to where it's landing. But yeah, Sam's definitely had a very good session from this dealer. You can see that's gone to number 23, so it is quite close to the edge there, but a bit better. That's gone to a thing. So Sam's kind of reverting back to how he was. It's currently on a depth of 1. And Sam's betting on the highlighted section again, so he feels like it's gone back to how it was at the beginning before he went on that crazy reverse area key streak. So let's see. He wants to see it land opposite side of 0. It's one of them horrible spins on the rim again. Don't like them. It's just, are you lucky or unlucky on it? That went to 34, so we did get that one. That's right in the win, but again, it's right on the edge. You see what I mean? 34, right next to the edge there. Let's put him up to £1,223. And he does look like he has kind of gone back to that depths of 0 and 1s again, which you can see there. Whether or not that will last remains a mystery. I haven't seen this, but what a great session. This is yeah, so much more exciting than the footy last night. 26. So yeah, that's gone to the unhighlighted section. The unhighlighted section again. So Sam's doing another 50p bet, and he's betting on that highlighted section, hoping that this dealer has reverted back to where he was, hitting the unhighlighted, always following it with the highlighted section. Let's see what happens. Looking for the 0 area. Oh, it was, but it just kind of carried on bouncing around to perfectly the opposite side of the table. So that's gone to a depth of 2 again. So now Sam's probably like, is he sticking to the unhighlighted section like he has done before? And Sam thinks so. So he's doing a bet on that unhighlighted section. He's not going crazy. He's not doing a progression. He's just doing a flat bet on that. And I think he's earned a few misses. He isn't chasing it, and that's good. Sam was the king of flat betting. I remember he never did a progression, and then he went for a patch where he started doing progressive betting. I'd be very careful on this particular table now, because I mean I am just going to scroll back just a touch there so you can see the thing. Now bear in mind, Sam's betting on the unhighlighted section. And to me, that very much looked like it was nicely planted in that unhighlighted section around 0, but it just kind of kept bouncing back just enough to kind of kick him in the nuts. So yeah, so he's on a depth of 0 again, but that went to a depth of 2. So yeah, I think at this point I'll probably be thinking about packing up and leaving for the day. But what a lovely graph. What a beautiful graph. Sam, I don't think he put the bet on. He was going for the highlighted section. So he was going for the neighbours of 34. That went to 30, so he would have got the win there if you put the bet on. But bear in mind, he's been playing for about 40 minutes now, just of what we've been watching. He's probably been logging dealers for an hour or 2 before that. And, you know, I don't know, you can get carried away when you've been playing for quite a while. He's going for the highlighted section. He kind of fancies that again. It's not a huge amount of data to support that bet. I think he just feels like he's earned a couple of free bets. Just bet where you want. And yeah, again, it landed perfectly in that section, but just rolled on past a couple out. So yeah, I'd be careful. We've seen before how they can manipulate tables, manipulate the results. So I'd just be careful now. Currently on a depth of 1, so I think Sam's going for the highlighted section again. Let's see it land around 0. Yeah, beautiful. Landed on number 2. So that's a good solid win there. So he's back at £1,212. Yeah, I mean, looking at that thing, it only went to a depth of 2, so that could have just been an unlucky one. But typically when it's doing this, Sam likes to wait until it goes to a depth of 1 before making his bet on the highlighted section. So I think that's what he's going to do now. I think he got a little bit impatient after those big win streaks, and fair enough, you know, he can afford to. He's just completely destroyed this dealer. But it seems the last few places, the Warriors betting looked pretty solid, looked good, and then unfortunately it just kind of backfired. It's it's just very unlucky. Landed perfectly in the section and then just bounced on back. So it looks like he's doing the highlighted section again. I think he's kind of pointing out that there was that string of 4 zeros in a row there, and he's like, oh yeah, it might do that again. But for this, I think he would be better waiting until it goes to a depth of 1 and then doing the bet. Let's see what happens. He's going for the highlighted section again. Or he might just be looking at doing a progression, 50p on the highlighted. If it misses, then increasing it. That's come in for him, number 21. So that's put him up to £1,220. So he's £200 up now, pretty much on the button. Looks like he's sticking to the highlighted again. Just doing smaller bets, 50p per number. These videos are really good for Sam to watch as well. He messages me and say, you know, sometimes he just loses patience and doesn't play how he normally does. And I watch my videos back as well, and I look at, you know, when I do the series, when I do like 8 or 10 episodes in a row going, where can I take £10 up to? And I can take it up to like £800. I play so cautiously. And then I get moments where I see myself going, what am I doing? I'm just randomly betting because I'm bored. And, you know, I think it's a good lesson to actually record and watch your gameplay sessions. So Sam was going to put a bet on the highlighted there. I think he still is. So this is interesting because I think it's gone to the highlighted 4 times in a row. It hasn't ever gone past that on that history that we watched. I think the maximum it went to was 4 zeros in a row. So I'm not sure if he's going to get this. No, it's gone the opposite side there. It went to number 20. It's only a few off though. You can see there's 20s over there, and it's like 3 numbers away from being a win. So I'm sticking to the highlighted section because now it's at a depth of 1 again. And, you know, it's only ever gone past a depth of 1 twice. Once it went to a depth of 2, and the second time it went to a depth of 11. So then if it kind of goes on that big long run again, you can just switch up where you're betting and hopefully have that same lucky run again. So he wants to see it land number 12 or past 12. Went to number 30, so he hit that just on the edge there. Right on the edge. Boom, there. So yeah, that is a good hit for him. Let's put him, he's at 1,227. He's had a very good session. I wouldn't be betting here. I don't think Sam's going to. You wait until it goes to a depth of 1 again, and that seems to be the sweet spot when you're doing this area to reverse area key pattern that the dealer's got. Yeah, beautiful session. I mean, look at that graph. That graph is just a thing of beauty. Zeros and ones, then 1 depth of 11, and then it's just been zeros and ones again, apart from 1 instance where it went to a depth of 2. That's gone to 24, so more zeros. Highlighted to highlighted. Really, really nice graph. And again, well done, Sam, for for noticing that change from zeros and ones to going on the reverse area key and just covering that unhighlighted section and getting that massive streak there. And it's always annoying when you watch it, like, Why wasn't I betting £50 per number? Because you don't know when it's going to end. So that's gone back to the highlighted section again. So yeah, it seems this dealer is just nailing that highlighted section again. Sam's going to drop it down, do a 50p bet on the neighbours of 23. Yeah, killer session. And when you're using these tools, make sure you do log the dealers. Put the time in, log those dealers, get the information that you need. Right, so that's gone to 26. So that highlighted streaks ended. Guessing Sam's just going to put the neighbours on the highlighted now because it's currently at a depth of 1. We've only ever seen it go past a depth of 1 twice at all of them results. Let's see if this spin is no different. Yeah, very consistent dealer, this one. Make sure you put the time in and find the dealers like this. If you don't find them, don't place your bets. There you go, number 29, that's a win. That's put him to £1,234. There's 1 minute left of the video. I'm guessing Sam has called it a day here. Really nice session. We'll have another look at that graph. There it is. You can see there 31 results, maybe more, I don't know, it might have gone off the screen. But yeah, just lots of zeros and ones. Then just one instance where he just changed it bizarrely, just changed it to a depth of 11. Then zeros, ones, and 1, 2 in that whole mix. Lovely session. There you go. Sam's ended the video. Really appreciate you watching this, putting the time into actually watching it all the way to the end. If you did, let me know in the comments. I love to know who actually watches these videos all the way to the end. And those are the people that typically will use these tools and win more often than not. Because a lot of people just like to pay for something and then go, yeah, I can do this. I'm betting on the highlighted. And then I'm checking the emails going, I bet on the highlighted numbers and I didn't win. Like, show me the graph. And I'm like, that's perfect for the reverse area key. You should have done that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you are not a member of Roulette Calculators, click the link in the description, set yourself up a free account, and also subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, and make sure you keep an eye out for that Wheel of Fortune icon so you can win yourself $25 or 1 month's free membership. Love you guys, take care, and please bet smart.